let's talk about a couple of things. Everybody's talked about Charlottesville, so I won't get too much into that. But I am going to talk about a couple things that I found interesting that I found out today and already knew. Let's start off lightly with Tommy Lorraine dating a black man. It's just it's the most ironic thing. I'm just like, you can love who you love. I'm a black gay man, so I don't have, issues with, you know, interracial dating because it happens. That's life. Sometimes the only way to beat racism and, to beat, you know, stupid, you know, racial issues is a love, and somebody black can teach somebody white about their experiences growing up black, and vice versa. I always question, when things like Charlottesville, Ferguson, the child who got killed in Cleveland, come up. How do they deal with that? How do they talk about these things with their mixed children? Or do they not at all? But her dating a black man, it's just, I see this image in my head, and stay with me, of, her buying him from like a slave auction. This is what I see. I can't see anything else. And him and her calling him nigga like the two girls from the Insecure episode. Like just her riding him talking about, yeah, give me that Black Hawk. It's just so ridiculous, to say the least. Because no matter what she says about Black Lives Matter, I've gone to the website. I have talked to people. I've even talked to white people about it. And I don't think Black Lives Matter are this racial group that hates white people. They confront injustices in the black community. No matter what anybody says, the ratio of black people getting shot by whites is a lot. And when you see that every day growing up for years and years and years, you get tired of it. And now everybody want to be all surprised by black people's actions, the rise of the Black Matters movement. But I digress. Tommy Lorraine dating a black man. It's like you just want to be a fly on the wall to see the sex alone. Because it has to be your most raunchiest interracial bareback porn you've ever seen. It just has to be. Have we not heard about MC Lyte marrying a man? If I'm not saying it wasn't possible, I'm just saying when she sung about roughnecks, I assume she was the roughneck. But hey, some it's like if Queen Latifah was like, I'm marrying a man yesterday, like, would we all be shocked? Yes, we would be. We would be. But are we gonna have a problem with it? We just be like, no, she's a strong black woman. Okay, great. Just her marrying a man after all of these years is like, hmm, hmm, hmm. And this guy Paris on CNN, he's just problematic for me because I have black friends that are either Republican or Republican leaning or support Donald Trump. And it took me a long time to be like, I'm still going to support you as my friend and you still be my friend. May not agree with your politics, but I'm going to still support you. But first of all, him saying he has a girlfriend, it brings us full circle back to MC Lyte and Tommy Lorraine. And if his girlfriend is black, that blows your mind. Like, not even regularly blows your mind. It's like Gwen Stefani blows your mind. And if she is white, We're right back into why isn't he just dating Tommy Lorraine? He might as well date Tommy Lorraine. That makes much better sense. It just makes much better sense. But he's as problematic defending Trump and defending his blackness. I I think after Charlottesville, for a lot of people, it's like, how can you sit here and defend this man? And then, just like Trump, you bring up Obama's name every 5 minutes and say, well, Obama didn't do this, so how can you hold Trump to do that? You know, I'm not an Obama critic. I've read his biographies. I've watched the movies. I have much respect for him. Was he a perfect man or a perfect politician? No. But he gave me, speaking for me, a, someone to look up to, something to strive for, in my life when I was already putting my life back together. Um, and I, you know, growing up thinking you never see a black man in office, and I'm a pretty young guy and can still remember thinking those things. To see him in office meant something to me. Was his policies perfect? No. But they were a lot better than what Trump is trying to put out and what Trump is trying to undo. Now, a lot of people say he wasn't there enough for the black community or poor people or middle class black people. But from what I can tell from the people I've seen around me, I'm like, nobody black that I know that is middle class or poor, so to speak, lives have changed for the worse since his presidency. So, I take, issues with people, critiquing him in that regard, um, and his policies in that regard. Because I sit up there and watched on C-SPAN how Republicans just would vote against him, just like how Democrats are voting right now against Donald Trump. And I'm like, how can anybody get anything done when you have half of Congress or the Senate just saying no because you are you? But Paris is so problematic. Like, first he has a girlfriend, and he's just defending Trump, and he's mad that he's getting attacked by people, and he says he's getting attacked more by his own black people. Well, you're defending a man whose best argument is, well, what do you got to lose with me? He pretty much saying, you're ugly, you're tired. He's giving you a whole Color Purple Steely speech saying you ain't got nowhere else to go but here. You need to come to Mister. I mean, and you defending it. And, the man has a girlfriend. It's mind-boggling. It's truly mind-boggling. I can't even get past that point. With everything else, I can't get past that. But that's petty and rude. But it's just a larger picture of blacks who support Trump. Just saying, you can support him. That's your American right. But the things that he stands for and the things that he platformed on are now coming to fruition with these white supremacists, with these neo-Nazis. They don't care that you supported Trump. They don't care that you're a black Republican. They don't care you're dating a white girl, white guy, whatever. Because if they have their way, they will have it. They will have life in some 1600th century just with current electronics. They would have you separate from white people. They know slavery is not coming back, but they would have you separate from white people. They would have you not to have the same opportunities as themselves and as their children. So You supporting them knowing that these are the type of people that support Trump and say, we got you in office. It's so problematic. How do you expect some black people not to be angry? Now, should you be receiving death threats and all of this and all that? No, you shouldn't. But these are the things that happen when you scare white people and rally white people together. Like they get scared that they're losing, that they're not the top dog. And stuff like Charlottesville's happen. Now people say, oh, well, what about Ferguson and this riot that happened with black people? I'm from Cincinnati, Ohio. I've been through a riot or two. Those things happen when people get fed up, when people get angry about being treated. It just wasn't that one incident, it was a series of incidents that lead up to those things. These white men, white women and their white children are mad because some statues getting taken down. That's not They're not mad because their rights are being violated every day. They're getting pulled over every day. Their children are getting shot and killed. They're mad because some statues are getting taken down. So they go buy tiki torches from Pier 1. Was like, so riots happen in those communities when people get fed up. It's the same thing that happened in the 60s. People get fed up, so riots happen. LA riots happen, people getting fed up. So don't say you can't compare the two because those are two different things for two different reasons. But that's what I just wanted to talk about because, like I said, Tomi Lorraine's dating a black man, MC Lyte's marrying a man, and this Paris dude from CNN has a woman, a whole woman. You just never know.